Welcome to CouveCast, the City of Vancouver's official podcast, hosted by Steve Harris. Each episode is a mix of city insights, stories, behind the scenes, and hopefully a few laughs along the way. No jargon, just real talk with the people shaping Vancouver's future, one episode at a time.
Welcome to CouveCast, the City of Vancouver's official podcast. I'm your host, Steve Harris, and today we will be talking with Erik Miletich, Special Events Supervisor with Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Services of the City of Vancouver. And today he is here to talk about the fun stuff that's going to be going on in Vancouver this summer. Erik, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. So fun stuff. But before we get into summer events, I'm going to throw you a curveball and shout out to Parks for all the fun stuff they do for everybody during the summertime. One of those being summer activities for kids, and I'm sure there's going to be events they can sign up for, a catalog, like summer camps, that kind of stuff going on.
Yeah, the Parks and Recreation Department has so many things going on throughout the summer, and some of those things have already opened, and things like our summer camps fill up really quickly, and so
I was just going to say they probably fill up real quick.
Yeah, so but there's so much going on, and then we have two different community centers that have drop-ins and memberships, and so there's so many different opportunities to get involved, whether you're in our parks or within our facilities.
That's Marshall and Furstenberg.
Marshall and Furstenberg, one's in East Vancouver, one's in West Vancouver. So yeah,
and there's quite a bit. I mean, you got pools. There's basketball, volleyball,
climbing wall,
pretty much anything you think of. And then of course, not just at the community centers. You can do activities like flag football, soccer, any of that stuff too this time of year.
Yeah, and our recreation department also has partner organizations that we work with that third party. Basically recreation offerings throughout the summer as well. So beyond what we directly offer ourselves, so we have some great opportunities with some partner organizations that do sports camps and cheer camp and everything like that.
Little known fact, I actually coached one of those flag football leagues during the summer camp with Parks. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, flag football's definitely a favorite amongst the kids. So
yeah, it's a good one. Let's get on to summer events. Let's start with concerts. I know that you have ones on the east side and then also ones down here. I've got one on the east side. The amphitheater out there is beautiful, by the way. And there's food vendors. So talk to people. Maybe if no one's been to any of these yet, what can we expect with the summer concerts?
Yeah, I'll start with their Sunday Sounds concert series, which is at Columbia Tech Center Park. Which I will mention, that is it is a really beautiful park and facility. And little known that it's actually not a city-owned park. It's owned by a Pac Trust, which is a real estate development company in the area that years and years back, they approached the city about having concerts in East Vancouver, had this kind of facility. And the concerts were such a hit that they decided to build this beautiful amphitheater, which is really beautiful and also beneficial to our team because it's less set up on our end to.
It's already good to go.
Yeah, it's good to go. So in a lot of ways, it's a very beneficial partnership with their team. And so, but yeah, the Sunday Sounds concert series, we'll have 6 concerts throughout the summer that begin on Sunday, July 12th. They go from 6 to 8 p.m. And a variety of different, it's largely focused like cover band type bands. You'll get, Tom Petty tribute band. We also have just like 80s hits and just top hits type of music down there. So people are having fun, dancing.
Bring the kids.
Good energy. There's a kids zone, so a dedicated area for kids to play. So we want it to be family friendly, make sure that everyone has an opportunity to have something for them. One thing that we implemented the kids zone just a few years ago and took out the beer garden, kind of changed them out. And it was well received just because it allowed, kids don't necessarily want to sit down for 2 hours.
Not with the folks,
And so it allows the kids to interact and play, and the parents can hang out with them, but also attend the concert and enjoy that. And so it's been a great implementation.
Yeah, and those seem to be pretty packed, at least when I go. And bring your own lawn chair, of course.
Yeah, bring your own lawn chair, and then we estimate between 3,500 to 4,000 people for most concerts.
Nice.
And so we definitely get really great turnout for those. And then we usually have about 5 or 6 food vendors, good variety of
Handy.
different food options, and in terms of tacos or gyros or we also have dessert type options and
I was going to say there's like
shaved ice.
popcorn, caramel corn.
Yep, we
all that
have
stuff.
kettle corn and then lemonade. So whatever you're looking for, we probably have. And a lot of them most all of them are local food vendors too, which is really great. So
Or local, yeah. Okay, and then on this side of town, on the west side, what's another option for concerts?
So in July, we have 4 waterfront concerts that will start off on Thursday, July 9th, and those take place on Thursday evenings from 6:30 to 8:30.
Okay.
We pushed those back a little bit from years past, and it gave a little bit more time for people to get down here on a Thursday evening, get parked, and get settled.
Makes sense.
And so that's been a great little change that we made, and those are really well attended as well. We get anywhere from 1,500 to 2,500 people in that park, which is
Not huge.
It's not the biggest community park. It's a little pretty linear and narrow.
Yeah.
And so we get a really good turnout, and there's just so many people in that area in general that are just walking through and curious about what's going on, and
Yeah, probably the
and
foot
they
traffic
stumble
alone. Yeah.
exactly, they stumble across the concert, which is really cool, and they especially people that are visiting that are in hotels and nearby, and just like how great is it that this community has these free concerts for the community. And then one change for this year is that there's going to be Waterfront Way directly in front of the event space is going to be closed to provide better traffic between the street, just because there's with that many people having that access back and forth on both sides of Waterfront Way is going to be critical for safety and just walkability in that area for during the concerts.
Probably kind of nice if you're down there just to kind of walk around, not have to worry about cars coming and going.
Exactly. It's a really busy street where cars have typically cut through, and especially for during a concert, people tend to want to kind of peek by to see what's going on. So it'll be nice to have less traffic going through there and allow more pedestrian safety, because there's so many restaurants right across the street as well that people are going to and coming kind of back and forth. And so we definitely encourage people to show up, either bring a picnic and your own food, or grab a bite at one of the great restaurants that are right there at the waterfront.
Yeah, very handy. In fact, I'm sure some of them you could even get to go and just bring it out with you and sit and watch the concert.
Exactly. There's a lot of grab and go options. So whether it's a pizza or burger or whatever they have, and then there's also Salt and Straw right down there at the waterfront.
Let's
as
go.
well.
Let's head over right now. I'm good for that. Okay, so summer concerts. Also, the Vancouver Arts and Music Festival. Well, tell me about that. I don't know too much about it.
Yeah, so the Vancouver Arts and Music Festival started this will be our 4th year going into it. So we've done 3 arts and music festivals that take place at Esher Short Park.
Okay.
On the first full weekend of August. So in this case, it's going to be August 7th through the 9th. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday festival. There's kind of been some different iterations in terms of our layout. We have 3 different stages. We have the main stage at Esher Short Park, and then we have we actually have 4 total stages. So we have the main stage, and then we have 2 community stages. That one of them is more focused on having a lot of like local bands on that stage and music, and then the other stage is more focused on a lot of our local and talented dance and performing artists. And so those will have activation pretty much throughout the entire day, those community stages. And then each evening is performance on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from the Vancouver Symphony Orchestra, who's the equal partner in this arts and music festival. And really grateful for their partnership. And so that's continued to grow each year. And the demand and the applications that we get for being a part of this festival has continued to grow.
That's neat.
And so, just this year, for food vendors, we received over 40 applications, and obviously we can't accommodate that many. Our artist vendors in the park, we had over 125 applications, and then for our music and dance application, we had over 200 applications, and so a lot for our team to process through, and we have community groups that help with that, and so but it's definitely a growing festival, and one new thing for this year is that we're also closing down 6th Street between Esther and Columbia, because we're also going to have more artist booths that are lined between City Hall and the Hilton. So that just gives us a little more capacity in what we can accommodate in terms of artist vendor booths, and so that will be really another example of like great pedestrian safety and be able to walk between the street between the City Hall, Hilton, and Escher Short Park, and then inside Hilton is also the Juried Art Show, there's kind of a little bit of everything right there in that area.
So is any of this? Is there a fee attached with any of this, or it's just come down and enjoy?
No, it's a free event. We don't have it's not gated or anything like that. So it's just like our summer concerts where it's free to attend. You can go watch any of the community stages throughout the day or the symphony performances at night, all for free. Make sure you grab some local food out on the Brick Plaza, and then we also have. On the Brick Plaza, where we have all of our food vendors, is an acoustic stage as well. So, no matter where you're going inside the park, you're really gonna have
find
different
something.
experience, and so, it's really great.
Sounds like a great time for a weekend to come out and enjoy something.
Absolutely.
Out of all of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so in addition to those two things, what other events can we look forward to this summer?
Yeah, it's kind of a one-off event for this year, but this year is the 250th America 250 celebration, and so the city is partnering with the Historic Trust and the National Park Service to host an America 250 celebration in partnership with those organizations. That will be at the Fort Vancouver parade grounds, and that will include live music, games, activities. There will be tours of the Marshall House, and then it's going to be capped off with a movie in the park. So
cool.
There's going to be a lot going on starting at noon on July. It's going to be on Friday, July 3rd, so leading into that 4th of July weekend. And, there's going to be lots going on, and then the National Park Service is also going to have historic weapons demonstrations.
Wow!
It's going to be it's a fee-free day at the fort itself between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. And so if people want to check out the fort for free, it's a great opportunity.
I want to. So what kind of weapons are we talking about here? I want to see this myself.
I'm curious myself. The National
Come
Park
on, Eric,
Service
you're not
has all
involved in
that
this, are you?
information, and so it's going to be that's another example. Like anywhere you go throughout that park, there's going to be kind of some different stuff going on. But we'll have a stage that has music and activities and kind of the parade ground area, and then the fort, and then the visitor center has its own activation going on throughout the day, and then
excellent.
The following morning on 4th of July morning, there's going to be a little flag raising ceremony that's taking place as well. So lots going on for that America 250 weekend. We'll also have food vendors there, so another great opportunity to come out and enjoy music and movie and food and all of that. So.
Yeah, that sounds like a great time. And besides the arts and music festival, any other festivals taking place at Esther Short?
Well, I will take a moment to highlight the Juneteenth Freedom Celebration event that the city partners with Odyssey World International, who runs that event, and that will be taking place on Saturday, June 20th, so the day after Juneteenth. And that's going to be at Asher Short Park between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. And so another great opportunity to come out to Esther Short Park. It's a free, family-friendly event. Lots going on. Tons of vendor booths. There's going to be music on the stage. So
Fun.
another great opportunity there. And then there's other. Esther Short Park is always busy throughout the summer, and there's a lot of outside permitted events that also will be there in the summer. Some are fenced and paid events, and some are not. But
Usually pretty busy during the summer.
Yes, yeah. The events team is packs in a lot of things within an 8-week period. So it's definitely coming right up on that. And then I think it's just next weekend on June 6th, the Lemonade Day, which is a really cool event that the Vancouver Chamber puts on it's like a kids marketplace at Esther Short Park. And so it's kind of like an extension of the farmers market, but for kids at Esther Short Park. And that will take place on June 6th at Esther Short Park. So another cool free event that's coming right up.
Okay. And am I mistaken, though? Is the Hawaiian festival one of these weekends?
4 Days of Aloha is taking place in July, so it will have its typical date in July. I don't know the exact date off the top of my head, but that is
coming up,
a staple in Vancouver, and definitely a popular event. So definitely be looking out for that from that organization as well.
I have yet to make it to it. I'm going to try and do it this year, though. It sounds like a lot of good fun and good food.
It always smells so good, even from just walking outside around the Esther Short Park area, and you can smell the food, and it makes you want to go into the event.
Yeah, go check it out. Yeah. Tell me one thing. With all these events, as you said, it does stay pretty busy during the summer. What's the importance of having sponsors for this kind of these events?
Yeah, I mean, the sponsors are critical. I don't know if everyone necessarily realizes this, but we rely on sponsorship to continue to host these free community events and to make them free and family friendly to everyone. And so partners like Riverview Bank, who this is going to be their 26th year of being a presenting sponsor.
That's a long time.
It used to be over at Esther Short Park, and now it's over at Columbia Tech Center that they present the Sunday Sounds concert series.
Wasn't that at one time called the Noon Concert Series?
There was also the Noon concert series at Esther Short Park. And so, they've been a vital partner and sponsor over the last 26 years and making some of our biggest community events happen on a continual basis. And then, we also have the Vancouver Waterfront Parking Center is actually our presenting sponsor for the Waterfront series. And so, all these different sponsors. We have Kaiser Permanente, who's a movies in the park presenting sponsor, and so there's all these organizations that I think they really see the value in what we're doing and being able to provide to the community, and it's an opportunity for them to get involved in the community, and obviously with the high volume of people that they are able to interact with. And but I will just say, it's just we are very fortunate to live in a community where there's that kind of investment into our events, especially because it's really vital for us to have those to keep offering these events at the level that we are.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, I think we are just about out of time.
Appreciate your time.
Yeah, well, thanks for joining me today, Erik, and giving us insight into what events will be happening this summer. I can't wait to check out some of these myself. If you want more information about summer events in Vancouver, check out the website at cityvancouver.us/special-events. And take some time this summer and enjoy the parks in the sun. Thanks for joining us.